Really?
Be back here.
Hey, what was that?
Forward in time. To view alternate futures. To see all the possible outcomes of the coming conflict.
How many did you see?
14,605,000.
How many did we win?
1.
Tech Natural is... We bring a proper light, cover helicopter light, loud like a chopper bite, lock seal the watertight, descending lapetite, no skill, just a lot of height, hit them with the boxes right, that make them drop the mic. We bring a proper light, cover helicopter light, loud like a chopper bite, lock seal the watertight, descending lapetite, no skill, just a lot of height, hit them with the boxes right, that make them drop the mic. We drop a hot one, pumping like a shotgun, number one spot, there boat, we got a lock, son. The top's the key, my thoughts run deep, approximately a clock speed, Mach 3, hyper velocity sound, tear it up and break it down. Well, wait later, they might as well hate us now. So we built a foundation on solid ground, cause haters huff and puff, try to blow us down. We're not slowing down, in fact we getting quicker. We used to flow ill, now we diagnose sicker. Taking natural, yeah, we elevated, so far ahead of the game. Now we feeling segregated, cause competition, yeah, we got them frustrated, cause they a duplicate, we custom make this spit. Yo, they got hip hop suffocated, it can't breathe, we just here to resuscitate it. We bring a proper light, cover helicopter light, loud like a chopper bite, lock seal the watertight, descending lapetite, no skill, just a lot of height, hit them with the boxes right, that make them drop the mic. We bring a proper light, cover helicopter light, loud like a chopper bite, lock seal the watertight, descending lapetite, no skill, just a lot of height, hit them with the boxes right, that make them drop the mic. Detecting supernatural, launching airstrikes, from the intro it ain't a fair fight, just when you thought you were prepared right, bringing skills short like Frodo's a no-no, like a butter knife, but don't cut it. Mediocre MC still got the game flooded. It's overflow from the engine to the carburetor. We got them sweating, breathing heavy like Darth Vader. Now they're trying to settle quick like an arbitrator. By talking smooth like a phone sex operator. I bite the style, but it has no flavor. We're here to stay, so hate us now or hate us later. Still kick the data with soul like Taylor. So pack it in and abort to the layer. Cause hiding out's the only thing that'll save you from the wrath of the warpath. If you don't know the half, it's the two best, do the math. We bring a proper light, cover helicopter light, loud like a chopper bite, lock seal the watertight, descending lapetite, no skill, just a lot of height, hit them with the boxes right, that make them drop the mic. We bring a proper light, cover helicopter light, loud like a chopper bite, lock seal the watertight, descending lapetite, no skill, just a lot of height, hit them with the boxes right, that make them drop the mic. We bring a proper light, cover helicopter light, loud like a chopper bite, lock seal the watertight, descending lapetite, no skill, just a lot of height, hit them with the boxes right, that make them drop the mic. We bring a proper light, cover helicopter light, loud like a chopper bite, lock seal the watertight, descending lapetite, no skill, just a lot of height, hit them with the boxes right, that make them drop the mic. Bring a proper light, yeah, we bring a proper light, bring a proper light, yeah, we bring a proper light, bring a proper light, yeah, we bring a proper light, tech natural, yeah, we bring a proper light, 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 yeah, we bring a proper light.
What's up, people? What's up? Welcome back to the show. How y'all doing today? Just gotta switch this around because Danny got himself kicked out for some reason. I don't know how that happened, but there we go. We are all in the right position. Yes, LDG, I know the look on your face. You like that, right? I see you tried to steal my thunder last night when you put it on your screen. And I'm like, no, son. I came up with that. I did. Just so you know. But I can't take all the credit for that because someone did give me the idea to do it. I just can't remember who it is. I want to say what's up to all the people in the chat right now. We got the Flash. We got Oscinator. Deej is in the house. Welcome, y'all. Dandelion. Oh, you didn't see it? I think it's kind of funny. Let me play this again so Chris can see it. You know
Rewind. LG, you are
mute yourself, please, while you play this.
Yeah, here we go.
You are.
Be back here.
Hey, what was that?
Went forward in time. To view alternate futures. To see all the possible outcomes of the coming conflict.
How many did you see?
14,605,000.
How many did we win?
1.
He was right about one thing. He was right about one thing.
That's why
I will tell you. I will tell you though. So I watched my videos today from Everything Always, and yeah, it could get interesting for everybody here.
Well, we will see what they do, because everybody has their theories. Emergency Awesome has a theory.
Here's the
Lad
thing.
has his theories.
Remember the one thing he was right about, we didn't find out it was right until the last minute. Just remember that when we watch next episode. That one of my theories will not come right until the last episode. So just because I was unbunked doesn't mean I was necessarily wrong yet.
We'll see.
That's his river card right there.
Well, wait, hey guys.
Anza, do you want to highlight my comments?
Wait. Hey,
Which one?
Hey, guys.
The last one I put in.
I'm going to tell you something that he's not wrong. If this is right, and this is the same person that word for word did that whole shield scene. I mean, word for word, exactly the way it was on screen. And if this is right, this is from the same source that gave him that.
Send me the link so I can watch that, please.
Oh, for the record, I came up with it myself before he even said anything. My theory.
Oh, I forgot to read this. Sorry.
Then maybe he watched one of your videos and was
maybe he watched one of my videos.
Yeah, and was like, "Oh yeah," you know what I mean?
That's pretty good.
So he calls me Steely.
If that actually would, that would be funny if he came back and said, "You know what? I know I made a video, but I was watching some guy who originally gave me that idea." I would freak out.
Okay.
And it does give away the quite possibly Luke Skywalker moment. And when I heard it, if it does turn out true, it's like, God, we should have figured that was what they were going to do. Should have seen it coming.
I'll watch it. We'll see. What were you going to say, Danny?
I said, but every time the LDG sees a clip that you have with him, like, why did I fucking teach Ozzo how to get those tips? Every damn day he used that shit on me.
Yeah, it would be nice for him to say that if he actually taught me how to do it. He didn't teach me how to do it.
I just showed him the
path. Anyways, what's up, guys? How you guys doing today?
Not bad. Not
good.
Bad.
There's the 2 links in private chat for you.
Cool. I'll check them
I'll
out.
watch them after I watch One Division. I'll watch them.
And I will let you guys.
And I'll find the one that has the word for word scene from Shield, so you can see that it's like, wow. Because when I was watching that scene, I was like, what the hell?
Did you check the time index to make sure he didn't post it a few minutes afterwards while he was quickly typing it?
No, he puts these in like a week or week and a half beforehand.
We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Right now, I'm going to let you guys go talk about your channels. We'll start off with Mr. Danny Graham. How you doing, Danny? Tell the people, sir, about your channel.
What's up now? I'm Danny, AKA Comic Chat. 1/4 of the Chaos crew. This is our Tuesday night show, and Chaos List, always enjoyable. I know some of the questions we saw today could spark some interesting conversations, so I'm definitely glad to be here, ready to get into it, and I hope we have a good show.
That is right. At least I won't have any questions where, Danny, what do you think? I don't give a fuck. So
I thought I saw one.
Chris Knight, tell the people about your channel, sir. Chris Knight, tell the people about your channel, sir.
Tastes good, Danny? I mean, Chris?
Wow.
The ultimate picker-upper? Nothing. You said go ahead. It's your turn.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Real Review 3000, Chaos Central, same old. Yeah, go check them out, please. Starting 2 weeks from now, we're going to start doing everything over that's Chaos Central related here. So make sure you are subscribed here on Chaos Central. And that's it. That's about it. Thank you for having me as usual. Appreciate it.
Not a problem. Always a pleasure. Gaishka.
Easy. What Danny said, what Chris said, you can find me here, and also Wednesdays on the OC.
LDG.
Yo, LDG here. That's right. Mr. Whack-A-Mole with Wanda. You can catch me over at LDG Pixels for free computer tech support. I do Macs as well. Video graphics, everything, code. Help you out, tuning up your computer. Also on Geeks Enjoy Nerdrotica, or do the waiting room. If you're not watching any of these fine people or anybody listening under your YouTube bell, hit me up. I'll let you know who's streaming, who streamed, who uploaded, who's going to stream, and we have a little fun in between. Also doing watch parties Saturday, Married with Children, and Friday doing doing a WandaVision, and on Saturday nights where we do late night nerdgasm, adult nerd fun chat. And thank you for having me. Can't wait to see what's going on, what the questions are, and let's have some fun with this, guys.
Yes, sir. I was just about to say, man, we breezing through the intros. Then LDG spoke, and I was like, okay, that's better.
I forgot who this guy is. Come on.
JJ, you're up.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy JJ. Y'all can find me a little bit of everywhere and a whole lot of nowhere. You can find me Sundays. Well, whenever Chris gets back to it, if it stays there, you'll find me on the weekly wrap-up whenever he gets back around to it. I guess for the next week or two, I don't know if you're doing a final roundtable after the show's over, Anzo. But we got at least one episode left. You know, you'll find me here on Sunday evenings for the WandaVision roundtable. And you'll also find me later on Sunday nights. We got some stuff in the works. Me and Chris and a gentleman named Hanstar. We're trying to work some details out. You'll find us there Sunday nights at around 11 Eastern. Mondays, you'll find me on my channel. Is that right?
I'm sorry. I just breathed.
Am I taking too long, LDG?
No, you're good. You're good.
Right,
sorry, go ahead.
Here we go. Monday nights, my channel. Tuesday nights, right here with these gentlemen. And Thursday nights, sometimes with Chris Knight on the Weekly Rumble. You can find me on Twitter at Sithlord3827. Sometimes I tweet, sometimes I retweet, sometimes I don't. It's a lottery. Come check it out. Thanks for having me, guys. Great to see everyone. Is that better? Is that faster?
Good job. LDG's lucky he didn't get Phantom Zone for that, but I'm sure they're coming. Elihu, you are up next, my friend.
Okay, before I say something, I want to let everybody know, watch out for that guy, because if you watch the intro again, he's channeling a Mr. Burns, so be careful what he says. And on that note, if you guys ever ask yourself what's up with the universe, well, tune in every Wednesday at 12 noon Pacifically, specifically 12 noon, where I talk astronomy, astrophysics, science, you know, like magic but real.
Excellent. That is
great.
Intro,
right?
Yeah, no. I was just saying it was going quick until LDG.
Okay, then I'll finish adding. If any, I talk astrophysics, but if anybody has any questions about quantum physics, get a hold of Yvette Dahl. She's in the chat. She's
or LDG when it's his theories
on WandaVision.
He's gone past weaponized autism. He's gone right past the trigonometry. He is into quantum physics, and before long, he is going to figure out how to breach a different realm.
Well, he's also into dirt streams too. Whatever the hell.
Again, look at him. That was his face whenever he saw what happened.
It's like, shit, I was wrong. Again.
What's up, Terrence? How you doing, man? Glad you could join us. So you guys know how the show goes. We have 3 topics, and then we discuss the topics through the panel. Got a great panel. But like always, we will always have the honorable mentions. I actually have 3 honorable mentions today. And the first one is, do you think LDG is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs when it comes to WandaVision?
I already said that. LDG, I have told you this before. It's called turn off. I mean, just switch it off. Just go away. Step away from the computer.
Can't. That's
Chris. He cannot.
I know he can't. Every time I'm on there, he's talking it.
Even now,
I wish
he's
I
still
could.
looking at things, and he's like, "Come on, I got to be right about this. I got to be right." Even
after this is all over, even if what everything always is saying is true. I mean, I will say this: it won't make him completely right, but it will exonerate him from a lot of his wrongs.
Damn, I can't even tell.
We will see.
But here's the thing: even then, he will be watching all of these episodes one after another, again and again and again and again and again.
Such a crack nut.
I just got.
I get Phantom Zone, but he's fine. Okay, yeah, I get. Thank you.
Well, the crack nut represents you, so yeah.
It's almost over, LDG. It's almost over.
Almost.
Yeah, one more episode till we say you were wrong.
When the whole show is done, LDG is going to go back and watch everything back to back and say, all right.
This is what they should have did. I knew they were talking about this. I'm telling you, this is what it was, man. This is what it was.
Man, we're going to get
flashback from Picard. Oh shit.
We're going to get into Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and LDG is still going to be focused on WandaVision.
Yep.
There's a connection. There's a connection. I'm telling you.
Hey.
I see it.
The Book of Boba Fett, Rangers of the New Republic, all that shit will be out. He's still focusing on WandaVision.
Absolutely.
He'll see like something that looks like one of the one of the stones, Infinity Stones, in the Book of Boba, and he'll be like, they're connected. It's the same universe.
It's Star Wars. It's WandaVision. Yeah, it's the same. You see, but that's the show.
The Infinity Stones are the beginning of creation. Star Wars happened a long time ago, so it's there.
Well, hang on. I got three fellows on the panel right now that all share a similar interest. Okay, you're talking about stones. I think someone needs to take the green stone and shove it right up LDG's ass.
Oh, I think it's smoking. I think it's typing smoking. I was about to do that.
That was pretty.
Turn them sideways and stick them straight up. You can't do that.
Hell yeah.
You see, what I'm going to say is because WandaVision ties into Spider-Man 3 and Doctor Strange, he's going to have that whole time in between to try and figure out what the fuck is happening in Doctor Strange and Spider-Man 3. Watch, you think it's over? It's not. It's going to keep going and going and going.
Is the Energizer
and for those of you who are wondering, why is LDG letting him say all this? Normally he'd be like interrupt, because if I am right about this last thing, all of this is going to get shoved right back in their face 10 times. I'm making sure they're not being interrupted, and I want this for the record and clear as day, just in case.
He does not want to interrupt because he knows he's wrong.
You are so lucky, man. I didn't have that set up because I was going to cut you the fuck off right away.
Say hi to Zod.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. All right, I'll give LDG the benefit of the doubt. Okay, so far you...
You will bow down before him, Monzo.
You see, now first it was just JJ for agreeing with LDG, but then LDG had to come in with the laugh like he was being funny, so both of them mofos get sent out.
Hey, you're number one. Right on, dude. Look at that. Look how JJ thinks of you, man. You're number one. Right on.
See, I didn't say he was all the way right. I said sometimes he was right. Sometimes he's wrong. The end, we haven't seen the end yet.
It's a lottery.
I know, but there is
fucking random Phantom Zone. Thank you. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Sometimes he's right, sometimes he's not. I don't know. Come check it out.
And you guys wonder why I keep my mouth shut.
No, you see what I'm saying?
Oh, that way you mute it all the time.
Fuck you, LDG.
You defending LDG, and LDG's right there making fun of you. There is no agreeing with LDG.
No, listen, giving him the benefit of the doubt is not totally agreeing with.
Say hi to Zod.
He gets no benefit of the doubt until the final credits go up.
All right.
I haven't laughed that hard since Schumacher rap.
When I was coming up with the idea for Chaos Central, I just didn't see WandaVision coming. I just didn't see it coming. And then this happens.
We got LDG Chaos Central, man.
Honorable mention number 2. Do you think Gaishka is talking out his ass when he says his new show is coming? I'm going to have to say yes. Because
listen, I've been to Vegas. There are tons of casinos that have been in the works, and it says coming soon, and that was 7 years ago. So technically, by those standards, he's still okay.
I mean, yeah, well,
yeah, go ahead.
Endgame was coming out for like 8 years, wasn't it?
Oh no, no.
Let's just hope he does better.
I think that show would do a little better. You know, and he stopped putting up them boring ass COD videos and get his show going. I'm like, what the hell is this crap? COD, really? No, man.
But he has content, right? So hey, technically, yeah.
They're talking about it's better than watching basketball. What the hell? Yeah, I know it's
Phantom
coming
Zone right now.
Steph Curry's the best basketball player. Steph Curry rules.
I had to get rid of Elihu too because he interrupting my Phantom Zones.
Look at this.
No,
Look at this.
no, everybody is feeling it.
I remember when these panels used to be this size.
Everybody is feeling it.
One size fits most.
Hey, Steph Curry rules.
Well, you talk.
But for the record, bro, your COD stream, man, thumbs up, dude. Good stuff. That's a great start. We're gonna get you rolling, brother.
Yeah,
and
LDG.
I don't
tell them that I was talking to you the other day, but you weren't feeling well, so I said, you know what, we'll talk another day.
Yes, yeah, you were. You're getting the ball. The balls are rolling. He is not talking out of his ass. I cannot wait for his first official show.
Even I have another show coming. I'm not going to say when or where or what, but you know, it takes time to come up with what you're going to do and how you're going to do it.
It does take time. Yeah, especially when you have a life outside of YouTube. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and
kids and a wife. And
things opening up again, so I'm gonna have a life soon.
And it wasn't handed to you guys like this was handed to me. So I get it. Takes a little bit of time to get it going, but Jesus, how long has it been? Like 4 months now?
No, about my show coming. Well, no, two, maybe 2
months. All right,
maybe 2.
So another 2 more, and then we'll get a first episode premiere.
Guyscar, you know what? He just gave me an idea. I'm going to give you the perfect Phantom Zone just for that guy on your show. And you'll be able to nice juicy red button that you can hit it whenever the fuck. Worth it.
Thank you, brother.
You want to Phantom Zone somebody? Phantom Zone that, motherfucker. But you want to create Phantom Zones.
Wait, he gets a Pelosi clap for that.
You want to create Phantom Zones for me? Are you out of your motherfucking mind? Are you? You're on my show and you're talking about creating Phantom Zones for me? Really? Next time you ain't coming back, brother.
Oh shit!
That's not Phantom Zone. That's the black hole.
That's being blocked.
Damn right. Last and not least, honorable mention number 3. Haven't had one on Danny for a while, so I figured, you know, do you think Danny should just eat donuts whenever he wants to, even when he's in uniform?
Hey, I made a comment.
Hell no, that ain't gonna happen.
I made a comment. I didn't see Danny eating. I'm like, that's kind of odd.
Well, no, seriously.
So Danny,
next time I go see my cousin, I'm gonna give Danny a call. Probably meet up at one of the Piggly Wigglies or some shit like that, and I'm gonna have some donuts for him. I'm gonna buy him some donuts for real.
No, Danny doesn't. Danny doesn't strike me as a donut guy.
If it's Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, bro, you wasting your money. I can tell you that right now.
Danny strikes me as a wings guy. Something tells me he likes a good wing, good winger too.
Yeah.
So Danny, let me ask you: we at least do this? Will you do this?
What?
Come on the show in your uniform and eat a donut?
No. First of all, I can't have my uniform on any show. Violation of policy.
Yeah, he can't represent like that. No.
And 2, I would never do that because that shit could be clipped and sent all over. Hell.
Why you think I was?
Who says cops don't like donuts?
I tell you. I thought we supposed
Did you see RoboCop 2?
Humiliate me like that for the whole YouTube world to see? No.
I don't think it would be humiliating. I think it would be funny.
Funny as shit. Yeah.
I mean, you just gave me. Yeah, you just gave me a couple ideas for God's sakes. But I wouldn't do that to you, comic.
Don't make no kind of mean we eat no damn donuts. I'm gonna tell you. No.
Hey, if you don't think that cops like donuts, watch RoboCop 2 opening sequence, okay?
Oh, we all know that.
I ain't saying that cops don't like donuts. I ain't saying I don't eat donuts. I'm just saying I don't eat them in uniform. I know somebody will say something smart. I will get pissed off, and I will get the short end of the stick. I can
It's better to get pissed off than pissed on.
Somebody.
Unless you're into that sort of
I
thing.
I'll be like this, Danny. I'll be like this, Danny. I'll be like, it's good, isn't it?
No, Dan,
I'm gonna smoke.
I gotta ask, how long you been on the force?
25 years.
Have you ever? I'm talking about from day one, first day on the street. Have you ever ate a donut in uniform?
Maybe inside an office, but never in public.
Okay.
I can see a commercial right now with a swoosh, and you have Danny in uniform. Just do not.
Don't come up with no ideas. I'm not gonna find it funny.
I have an idea.
I can see someone making a joke about Danny eating a donut and Danny whooping his ass.
Like I said, get damn pistol with him. Bam! Right back the backside of the pistol.
New file. There we go. Okay. Screenshot and smile for the camera.
All right. So we will get into topic number 1, and we did have a lot of good topics in the chat today. I didn't have any, and I was looking through. I seen a couple, but I like these ones first. These ones better. So first one is topic number 1. New Black Superman. Superman is being rebooted, and it is said that they want to go with a black Superman. Is it because they are not staying true to the character, or straight racism why a black Superman is being received in a negative light? Whoever wants to start this one off, start that one off. Go ahead.
I will say a few things on this one. One, this is staying within the comic books. This has happened in the comic books, right? I don't think that it's straying from the path of what Superman has been. I think it's not racism mostly. Of course there's racism in it. I guarantee you somewhere, some way there is racism in it. But I think a lot of it is because people like Henry Cavill and they want more Henry Cavill. And they think that this is a guarantee that he won't come back. Now, I've heard he isn't. I've heard there's no actual word if he will or won't. This goes back to my thing with WB, DC, all of that over there. They need to make up their mind what they're doing. It's always this over here. We're doing this, but we're still doing this. As soon as the Snyder comes out here in a couple of weeks, if it's what people are hoping for, there's going to be the brand new hashtag that's going to blow up. It's out there already. Hashtag finish the Snyderverse, I think is what it's called. That's going to be with Cavill. They're good, and they're putting themselves in this corner. So this is going to have to be an Elseworlds thing. I don't know why it's getting hate. Let them make their movie. They're doing the Batman. It has nothing to do with Ben Affleck's Batman. You know, they're doing, you know, other things. You know, they did a Joker movie that had nothing to do with the Joker in the Snyderverse or the DCEU, whatever you want to call it. I don't know why it's getting hate. This isn't going to change anything for Warner Brothers or DC if the Snyder Cut is a rousing success. If it is, and people start hashtagging away like they did with, you know, release the Snyder Cut, they're just going to have to admit they're going to have to give Zack Snyder probably 2-3 more movies, and I'm assuming one of those is going to be another Superman movie. And then you got to add in Shazam still. You got to add in Black Adam. All that stuff that was supposed to fit into the Snyderverse or the DCEU. I think this is an Elseworld story. I think it's just going to be off there like the other stuff, like Joker and the Batman and this other stuff that just has nothing to do with it, but it's there. And maybe it gets brought in if they do that Flashpoint movie.
Is he still going? Oh, I'm back.
Really, LDG, Mr. Quiznometry.
I figured I had enough time.
Quiznometry and all the bullshit that you've been pulling on WandaVision.
I had enough to.
Anyways,
take a quick breather.
I think that it's an Elseworld story, and I don't think people need to be worrying about this. I don't think it's going to change anything because, again, everything they did before that released the Snyder Cut hashtag was going crazy. They did all that stuff then. And then they said, well, screw it. We have to do this. They're going to be forced to do it again. I think. I honestly believe they're putting themselves in a horrible position, and they keep getting more rope to hang themselves worse. And so I'm not worried about it. It's whatever. But I just think it's people want Cavill more than anything.
Austin Inter says he doesn't mind it. Flash said, I think part of it is racism and part of it's just hate because they want Calvin out. They don't know Calvin Ellis. And that's my thing. What if let's say it's not Calvin Ellis and they actually do Clark Kent?
I think that would be a mistake.
I don't think you do that because there's race swapping. A known character is different when you have that same character already there in your universe. They already have a black Superman. So why that would cause a lot of issues for people, I think. Because why? Well, one, you're just blatantly disregarding that you already have a black Superman. Like, oh, that doesn't exist. How racist could you be that you don't even use the character you have that is a black man, and then you go and you change a white man to a black man? I mean, that causes, I think, a lot of problems in a lot of different areas. But far be it from me to think that WB would make the right decision. So,
what do you think, Danny? Your question.
I think that they're using two things to hide their racism, and that is J.J. Abrams. He's the scapegoat now for everything that's fucked up. If J.J. got a hands on it, he's to blame for it. Which I'm not saying that in some of the things you're saying about him isn't true. Then this guy that's going to be writing it, Tanashi Coates. I heard one YouTuber say that he does not like white people. I went on, correct. Yeah, this black guy does not like white people. There's some kind of agenda that he's going, and they're trying to do this to take steam away from the Snyder Cut Justice League. They're trying to do this, they're trying to do that. All I'm saying is I don't agree with them making a black Clark Kent. I think would be counterproductive because there is a black Superman already in existence, Calvin Elvis. I think they should do on that. Whether it's Elseworld or whether it's going to be part of canon, I don't know. I don't care. But I want to see the movie first and then make state my opinion about it. It sounds to me, and I want to say this, and I'm going to say I can only speak for me. I think I'm an expert on racism since I've been black for 50 years. I can tell when people that does not look like me and some that does like me don't like a certain person just because of their skin color. And I'm not saying all YouTubers, but the ones that I listen to that are speaking negative about this sound straight up Jim Crow racist to me. That's your right. That's your opinion. I think that racism, because of things politically, people that was trying to hide it or try to be slick with it, now be more brave with it and just been brazen and saying stuff. And I hate that Henry Cavill is getting the short end of the stick, because I really like Henry Cavill. I think he's the best Superman. But what he's going through now, that's regular to me. I've gotten the shorts and the stick plenty of times in my life. So got to grin and bear it. Just got to deal with it. I think it's a lot more racist than what people are saying. And I think they're just using J.J. Abrams and this guy, Tanashi Coates, just to really say what they want to say. But they got that kind of shield. Come out and say, I don't like it because he's a black Superman. Well, I love him because he's a black Superman. So call me what you want, but I think that you need to watch it, make it first, then make your assessment. Don't go out there just automatically because this person is black, this person is female from an iconic character. You automatically going to say this or that. I think that's totally bull crap.
But I mean, you see, I have no issues with them doing it. Like I said, it just does not fall in the continuity or timeline of Superman or, like I said, the DCEU. This is not, and Elseworlds is not the particular thing you would call it, because it's not an Elseworlds story, but it is not Earth. It's not Earth Prime. You know, it's a different layer of the universe, a different dimension. So I'm kind of with Danny. It's like, why? I don't have an issue with them doing this. I don't think this stops anything from happening that may already be in motion.
Yeah, I think it's all bullshit, if you ask me.
Can I say something?
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Nick Fury. He was originally Caucasian. None of this hype happened when all of a sudden he changed ethnicity. Now he was. Hang on, let me phrase it. All this hype here lasted very, very briefly. If they happen to change Nick Fury back to Caucasian now, everybody's going to say, "What the hell's going on? It's racist. You're recasting somebody." Like, wait, this guy's originally white. Who cares what the fuck somebody's skin color is? Homer Simpson's yellow. Okay, I don't give a fuck. If they want to go with the universe worlds of the like from Superman D from Earth D, yeah, let them go. It's Superman continuity. They're not messing with anything. There are multiple Supermans and multiple worlds. If they look at the comic books, okay. Prime example: the studios are basing these movies and TV shows off the comic books. This is where they're getting the ideas from. There's a black Superman. Deal with it. There's an Asian Green Arrow. Deal with it. There's a female Thor. Deal with it. It's based on the comics. There's a black Captain America. It's in the comics. Deal with it. If you don't like it, talk to the comic book creators, okay? I'm tired of this
saying
shit.
It's based on the comics, but it's not based on the comics. Calvin Ellis was based on Barack Obama.
I didn't mention Calvin. I did not mention
There is
Calvin.
no black Superman that's Prime Universe, okay?
I did not mention
the original
Calvin
Ellis was created for the same reasons they're trying to do this one right now.
What about 1999?
Okay? And I have a huge problem with that, but that's me. I again, if you're going to do something pure, then do it pure for pure reasons.
I did not mention
Don't do
Calvin
it just
Ellis.
for the sake
That's why.
to say I'm not even talking about you anymore. I'm talking about this is me talking about this comic subject right now. I didn't mean to talk about you. If they were going to say this is not some other kind of black Superman, then they should have said it's Calvin Ellis. They didn't. They said black Superman. I didn't see any mention of Calvin Ellis's actual name. If that's what they were going to do, then they should have sold it that way and said it that way. But they didn't. And if you're going to do this for a reason, if you're going to do this for the reason to break it, then listen, I am more for diversity. But I am for pure diversity. If you really want to make a Superman that speaks to diversity, then don't go with the bandwagon face plant of ethnicity. Don't make it, it looks like regular Superman, just a black person. If you want to break ethnic parodies, then go with an Asian Superman. Go with a Ethiopian Superman. Go with the Australian Superman. Like, just really go out there and start including some of these other ones, except for the mainstream, what people think is the step stool way to getting into racial diversity. Because if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, it's going to show. And even like I said, we live in a different world today doing this post-millennium world. Like I said, even the original Black Superman is not I don't want to say it's real Superman, but
not in the main DC continuity.
It's not OG. It's post-millennium. Anything post-millennium, that's where we start. You think this whole racist thing is racicity, inclusiveness is just now? No, this has been starting ever since we passed 9/11. We've seen this trend ever since past 2001, 2002, 2009, where we're seeing this jump. But before then, original Superman, it was a white guy. It was a Superman was defined within being Superman. Now, I am for if you want to do something like this where you want to break some boundaries, get some originality. And I think this is something a lot of people can agree with, that I don't want to see rewrites of origin stories. I want to see more people, new characters, original ideas. Stop regurgitating what we already have, because then you're taking away, right? You're taking away from an original idea of Superman and trying to say it's one size fits all when you have plenty of characters, the Green Lantern, a number of them, even what they did with Nick Fury. Let's create new characters, new stories, things people can relate to, instead of trying to rewrite the past, which is for the most part only pissing off the original lovers of those ideas and stories and etc. And just confusing everybody. If you keep rewriting the same character, like I don't even know what the Infinity Gauntlets are now, thanks to Endgame. Okay, I mean,
Zod. He wants to hide his Zod again.
You rewrote Spider-Man so many times, I don't even know what Spider-Man is anymore.
Skashka, go ahead. You got something?
Yeah, well, I have no problem with it. But like a lot of you just touched it. It's all about originality, right? If you're going to come out with something, come out with an original story. Don't try to replace or recast someone, because that's always going to rub someone the wrong way. And how you presented it is a huge difference. You know, are they doing it for the right reasons? I don't know. Are they, trying headhunting because of, pointing fingers? Yeah, because today's world, it's all about pointing fingers, right? But if they have a great story, then I don't care what color the person is, right? But, like for example, look at Marvel with Miles Morales, right? They didn't reinvent Peter Parker.
No.
They came out with an original story to include ethnicity, which is pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got Spider-Gwen. They worked around characters they had and did alternate universes or whatever to please, with good content and great story, and they presented it that way.
That's the key to the. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just think right now DC knows they're in huge trouble, and they're trying to come out with stuff quick without thinking about it. I'm not saying that it's a mistake what they're doing. I'm just saying the presentation has to be there to lure the fans, right? And yes, Henry Cavill, you got the shirt on the head, the stick, Cavill, whatever. I don't give a shit about that. That happens in everybody's life, to be honest with you. That's serious, but you snooze, you fucking lose. So he wanted to play, with his own renegotiation of his contract with them. Guess what? So yeah, basically, yeah, man, I'm all for it as long as it stay true to the an original story and they do it right.
JJ, what do you have to say?
Bruce, like Magneto? Sorry, I had to make a comment about that.
Listen, the world, ever since Superman came out, the world has been used to a white Superman. It's been Clark Kent. That's what we know. Then after Superman died, we got something called the Reign of Supermen.
The boy, the robot, Steel.
Yeah.
Hello, Black Superman. Hello.
That was the guy with the hammer, right? The big metal hammer.
Yes.
Yeah.
The suit, Iron Man, kind of.
There was a black man in there. I don't know nothing about this Calvin Ellis. Like I said, I'm not a book guy, so I have no clue about it.
I didn't mention him. He's not canon.
But as far as people and the character, is it a good idea to portray Clark Kent as a black man? No, I don't think it's a good idea. But at the same time, like Chris was saying about, the multiverse, different worlds, the elsewhere regions, whatever, if you want to make a black Superman, then feel free to. And this goes to my thought about anything. I'm talking about, we're in the representation times. I don't care if you're white, black, yellow, gay, straight, bi, tri, transgender. I don't give a fuck who you are. They have a place for everyone, but don't force it. It has to be part of the natural storyline, pending it's well written, which is rarely seen nowadays. That goes with anything. If it fits in the storyline, then great. Put it all in there. We don't care. Make it fit, but don't shoehorn it. We're in that time right now. Then, next thing you know, we're going to start seeing black Batman, black Aquaman, Black Shazam. You know, we're in that time right now that
Black Adam.
For some strange reason, okay, we all think the color of our skin matters, and it fucking don't. I'm sorry, it don't. As long as the characters are presented well and done justice, and as long as the story is well written, who gives a fuck what you look like? Who gives a damn what your skin color is? You know, just let it work, let it fit, let it be fluent, let it be fluid. Just go with it. Who gives a damn what they look like?
And that's where they kind of bit their own ass too, because not only are they trying to do this in a way that people like say, oh, well, because it's in a different universe, it's A-okay. Okay, yeah, I'll give it to you in a way. But then you say, well, now we want inclusion between the Superman universe and the Green Lantern universe. Now you got to put two people together that are in two separate, you know what I mean? First of all, you're trying to create a show that's saying, okay, this isn't really real. It's somewhat real. But then you have another story that's somewhat real. Look what they did with Flash and Supergirl. They had to like make a story where they were crossing different Earths just so they could be on the same show.
Yeah,
you know
then they
mean?
put them on the same Earth finally.
Yeah, and then they're putting themselves on a train that's headed to a train wreck at the end. You know what I mean? Like what the hell? And confusing everybody and just making it one big mashed potato.
I said this on another stream, and I'll say it again. I don't give a fuck if they make Clark Kent black. I don't care if they make him Asian. I don't care if they make him that Indian Superman that they had on YouTube, right? I don't care. As long as you give me a good Superman story, it doesn't matter if he's black, white, Asian, or anything, because that's not what makes Superman Superman. The color of his skin does not make him who he is. So if you want to give me a black Clark Kent, you can give me a black Clark Kent. You want to give me a black Batman, you can give me a black, Asian, whatever Batman. Because as long as you stay true to the characters, then it doesn't matter what the skin, what his skin color is.
You can give me a Latino Spider-Man, Superman with the power of the chancleta. Anything can happen.
Anzo, nobody has mentioned the black Batwoman yet.
The key here
people
is
have, but
listen, that show's crap. Period.
Yeah, okay. I agree with you on that. Right?
Doesn't matter who it is.
Sorry.
The thing is that's the thing. This doesn't matter, and JJ said it. It doesn't matter what skin color this person would be. Doesn't. It's the story.
Yes, exactly.
And right now, WB and DC. I'm sorry, they just haven't. Okay, listen. Joker was a phenomenal success, but I think that was an absolute like holy fuck, what did we do here? And now they're thinking, oh well, we could do the Batman.
Pineapple, please.
Let's just move. They're trying different things. Again, I know everything says Cavill's possibly out, but I don't think anything that might have to do with the Snyderverse or the DCEU. This does not fall in line. They're going to continue to do these as they're playing out whatever's happening over there. They're taking again, they're still following the DCEU. They're just going very, very, very slowly with it now. And in order to supplement this superhero thing, they're trying to give us other things. But let's think about this. They could give us a much, much darker version of Superman if they wanted.
They did. This way. We got a little bit of that.
They're separated. They're going to separate it from the other.
Bottomized. Hey, guys, got a question.
Yeah, man.
I made a comment earlier on an earlier stream today on how English is identificationist. If they were to do a Latino Superman, would it be called Man Who Is Super?
No, it's El Superman.
So it's still
You will not down before me, Jarrell! Both you and them one day, Jarrell!
No racist bullshit on this show, bro. What the hell was that?
What I said identificationist. Not racist. What the heck?
It's funny that you say that, because when I was in Spain for the first time and my cousin had comic books, it wasn't actually like it would say like it's my Hombre Araña, like Spider-Man, but it would say Spider-Man's there. So a lot of times my cousin goes, "Yeah, it's Spider-Man," and I'm like, "What?" Spider-Man.
We'll move on to the next question, guys. Great one. Topic number 2 is: does Superman need a black director? Now, J.J. Abrams will be directing the new Superman movie with writer Ta-Nehisi Coates. And if I said that wrong, oh well. It is said that they want to go with a black Superman. Now, do you think it is necessary or makes a movie better to have a director of the same color or sex as of the main character?
No.
Damn, I don't know who write these questions.
Matter.
That fuck was fire.
It doesn't matter.
I'll go with that one.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
On this particular topic, I would say no. If it's a superhero movie, I don't think it's a necessity or a reason. It could be a person of any color. But to go because for a superhero movie, no. Whoever gets the job, I guess, who's best fit by the studio should get the job. I don't think it's about color for this one. Now, if it's something to do with historical events of the black culture, there I agree 100%. If your ass ain't black, you're not sitting in that chair. That's what I think.
Danny?
What question was it?
I was going to say the exact same thing Gasco's going to say. It doesn't matter what the fuck your skin color is or ethnicity is, except when it comes to like diversity documentary stuff. If you're telling a story about natives, Cherokee Reservation,
there's a question.
You want to have a Cherokee tell that story. It's like, hey, this is us. Like African American history. You want to have somebody who's African American descent. It's like, hey, this is us. This is our story. Not just some white person going, okay, this is what they suffered through. This is what they went through. Like, yeah, okay, that's your opinion of this stuff. It's not first-hand account of it. Like, I agree with Guy Scar.
Chris, there's the question.
Okay.
It says, J.J. Abrams will be directing the new Superman movie with the writer, blah, blah, blah. Do you think the writer of this... Yeah.
So another Superman related. Do we need to make everything
Danny,
racial?
go ahead. Yeah, we're bringing fire today, bro. We're bringing fire.
I don't necessarily think you gotta be. I don't necessarily think you gotta be the same color, same sex. It might give you more insight, so to speak. But if you are a director or a writer that has any semblance of intelligence, first of all, you're going to do research. Second of all, you're going to get somebody that fits that particular demographic that you're going to make the movie about, and you would pick that person's brain. Then, along with your co-writer, whatever, y'all would can work together to try to get something that's one is actual believable, two that is actual realistic, and three, just make sure that the story you tell it in a respectful and truthful manner. If you do that, it doesn't matter whether you're black, white, blue, green, male or female. But if you go there just thinking that you know it all and you don't do any of those steps, then I think you're going to fuck it up. But if you go there, you do it right, you have a plan, like I believe Kevin Feige has a plan to get from point Iron Man to point Endgame, then
the point WandaVision.
So he knew the right people to go see and talk to and get together to make sure. So I think if you apply that same rules, that same work ethic to whatever project you take, it does not matter.
Absolutely.
However, if you are doing something factual, then I think you need to have a lot of people that are privy to. Go ahead.
No, keep going, Danny. Keep going, Danny.
I'm saying well said, Danny.
But I said, I think you got to have a lot of people that are actually knowledgeable and privy. Okay, for instance, perfect example. I'm the only police officer on here, so I also want to do a book about police officers. I think he would call me and say, "Hey, Danny, can you tell me, give sense, blah blah blah," instead of calling LDG and be like, "Well, LD, no, I can tell you what I don't like about him, but you gonna he won't know the nuances that I know." Same way, like if I also want to do a book about computers and all that kind of stuff and Prometheus, I wouldn't have the clue to it, but LDG would.
He said it.
So
not me.
So
oh my God, I was wondering. Shit, 54 minutes and 27 seconds, and it wasn't Pickles. Wow.
That's my opinion.
All right. So first I want to say, I want to go with what Flash said here. It does matter, Eli, because why would you want a white man directing and writing a black Superman story? The guy will end up in Compton listening to Tupac, Shakira, and Biggie, which I don't disagree with him on that one. I really don't.
I responded in the chat while Chris was talking. I put, what a quote unquote is a black Superman story. Living in poverty, gang stereotypes. I don't get your statement. Black Superman story. I'm like, is it a stereotype of a black Superman story, or is it just somebody who has something to be black? I don't get it. I'm sorry. I'm just confused here about that. I'm confused.
Okay,
sorry.
this is the thing, though, right?
That's not the director's job, though.
Right. We're not talking about the director, but someone in there has to have, you know what I mean? Like Danny said, if they're going to write it, the writer has to be black or the director has to be black, because someone has to be black, because they don't always write black people correctly. They just don't in these movies. And we have a history of them writing us as poverty. Look at what they did with Batwoman. Batwoman was a criminal.
Can I?
A drug dealer, criminal before she became that. That's how they see us, and that's how they write us. So at the end of the day, there has to be at least something with someone that has some sort of color involved in it if you do it. I do not agree. Hold on. I do not agree that the director has to be black, because Blade did not have a black director. Right?
Okay, because I understand
think it all has to do with one thing.
Thank you.
It all has to do with one thing. Think of it like Black Panther. Black Panther was heavily involved. Everything within it was about
black culture.
Black culture,
and
exactly.
History.
And the two screenwriters were both black.
Yes, and Black Panther needed that.
Yes, exactly. No, and that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
If this Black Superman movie is that steeped in black culture, then they need a black scriptwriter or screenwriter. They have to. Now, if this is just standard Superman stuff, then you want somebody there who is of a black ethnicity to say, hey, that's a little over the top. You made him a gangster or something first, or something, whatever they do. You know, all the stereotypes. You want somebody to just kind of watch over somebody's shoulder and say, okay, no.
Yeah, that's why I asked, like, stereotypes or.
But if that's all it is, then no, it's not necessary.
I agree.
Like Danny said, that person, hey, what do you think about this? Too much? Too little? Is it good? You know. But if it is a Black Panther style movie, you've got to have that. You have to have somebody that understands the culture, the history, and because I think that was one of the best things about Black Panther is that as a white man, I watched it and I was like, wow, I think this is really done well, because I don't see stereotypical stuff, except, you know, the beginning they're in the projects. Let's just be honest. But that was also kind of their thing. They wanted to help their own people outside of Wakanda. And that's where, whether or not we like to admit it or not, that's unfortunately where most of Black America is at.
And how many people went looking to go and travel to Wakanda right after that movie?
Yeah, for real.
And how many people actually went to the projects in Oakland after the movie came out? A lot of people were in the projects.
You see, the thing about Black Panther is not only did they stay true, they had like African wear that was accurate to African people and stuff like that. So absolutely, with that, you need that. With Superman, this movie, no, you don't. What you need more than anything is someone who understands Superman. That's what you need the most. And if a person understands Superman like they're supposed to understand Superman, whether they're black or white, then you don't have to worry about the stereotypical racism shit that there might be in it.
I agree.
All right.
Everybody watched Coming to America.
Oh my gosh,
I want to make one quick statement. Coming to America was directed by two white males and written by two white males along with Kenyon Burns, and it was heavily black influenced. So that right there, it proves what I said. You don't have to be the particular color of the people in the movie, but it helps to have a consultant or someone on the set that if you start going too far left, too far right, they can say, nope, you need to do this right there. So that's how I feel about the situation.
Well, and like you said, if it's just your standard stereotypical Superman, the first thing I would say is, as a writer, is just write a Superman movie. Don't worry about the color of the skin. Just write it, and then let the actor be what he's supposed to be.
LDG, you're gonna say something? Oh, sorry, Chris. I didn't know you weren't finished.
Well, I was just gonna say, I'm sorry. Let him go, and because I want him to get his thought out. because he's like me. He has to get it out sometimes, and I understand that.
Well,
So
it's fresh in the mind. I'm still trying to memorize
go
what I
right
was going
ahead.
to say. Appreciate that. All right, so anyone who goes to production school, there's a thing. A director has a set of priorities. There are more important things for a director, for a writer to have than otherly knowing the story. They don't have to know what they're actually writing about. That's what consultants are for. That's where that's what for people who are in charge of telling the writer, this is what you need to know. The writer has to have the tools available to be able to write about the subject matter that he's writing about. But the core priority skills a writer must have, you must be a good writer. Okay. So these are things when we're trying to say, should we have a black director? No, having a black director has nothing to do with being a good director. Okay. You want somebody who is in that position to do the best job that person is in charge of. And that, it would be nice to have somebody who has prior experience and says, I've made this movie and I've made this movie and I've made this movie. Right. But that's not the goal of a director. That's what you have. This is why they spend billions of dollars or millions of dollars on movies, is because they hire people to guide them and let them know, okay, well, I just looked at what you wrote, and Calvin would never do this, or a black Superman would never do this, or this would never do this, and they would give them input so they can rewrite and make things more along the lines of what should be. Okay, but a director his job is to be a director, not to know Wakandan, ethnic, particular details and whatnot.
A good director has a conversation with the writer of the project to make sure they have their vision correctly. Trust me, any director will tell you this.
If you're going to do a Superman movie, the director should have people that have been intimately involved in all Superman related pasts and be integrated in their input being taken into account for. The reason why directors
get fired is because the writer complains like, "Hey, this is not what I wrote." The director's supposed to go with when the movie production, the director's supposed to go with what the writer. The writer's vision.
With all due respect, it's the producer who gets the final word. The person who's paying for it.
Either or, someone has to be knowledgeable in the fact that we're doing a Superman movie, whether it's the writer or the director. Somebody has to. Yes, it has to be.
No, not them.
You can't write Superman and not be a fan of it. That's why Marvel does so good, because everybody they have on there is a fan of the comic books or something that they are doing.
And you have fans of Superman involved in the process, but the director does not have to be a Superman fan.
I didn't say the director, but it either has to be the director or the writer. Has to be.
No,
you can't write
the
Superman and not
you have
be a
direct
fan.
Consultants that guide the people who are writing and directing and doing it the right way. Even the cameraman, even down to the special effects people, even down to the cameramen. You should have consultants in there showing those people, listen, okay, I know you're a good cameraman. You got the credentials. You know what you're doing. But I've been doing, this. I know all this about the certain camera shots that we've been doing with Superman.
Can I say what I have to say?
Their input matter.
You're wrong, Pickles. You're wrong.
This is why the latest Star Wars sucked, because they didn't listen to freaking.
That's not how productions work.
That's not it. Let Chris go. Chris, say what you're saying.
All right. Before I forget, I think this always comes down to one thing. You know what? Fine. I agree with you, Anzo. I think it has to be a writer or a director who has to like Superman. If you don't have a passion for it, that's why Richard Donner did a good job, because he liked the character, but he took it from a completely different place, and that hadn't been done a lot on the big screen, so it was kind of interesting. I agree with that, but here's the key: if they are doing nothing more than race swapping Clark Kent, if that's what we find out they're doing, which is very J.J. Abrams, because it's what's the least amount of work. It's change the color, but do everything else the same and fuck it up. That's his MO. I'm sorry, it is. But the thing I always say about this, if you're just race swapping a character, find somebody who can act the part, not just has the skin color you want. That's the key in this.
I agree.
Is if it is not about the Black Superman, one of the 2 or 3 they've had, then if you're doing a race swap Clark Kent, which again I'm with you on, so I really don't care. It's all about, can the actor act and do a good job? If you give me a black man who stumbles over his words, doesn't look the part, can't act like Superman, it's not going to work. And listen, there have been plenty of examples over the past 5 or 6 years of that problem. That is the problem with race swapping. It is not the fact that you do it. It is the fact that you don't find somebody who does it and you don't think about it because they're a good actor. Idris Elba is a great person to think about in this. He doesn't act a certain way because of his color. He just acts and you buy it. You buy his character. It doesn't matter what color his skin is. He is a good actor. You find somebody like Idris Elba to put him in this place, and you're going to be fine.
Michael B. Jordan.
Can I paint this?
You guys say your last thing because we have one more topic to go to. So last thoughts. Gaishka, did you say anything yet?
Yeah, I did. I went first.
Okay, so
that's how long it's been.
Let me just paint this another way real quick, guys, because I think you guys didn't understand the way I was trying to explain this. Let's say I had $1 billion, right? I love Superman. I want to make my Superman movie, but because I am is a fan. I have no ties to writing Superman. I have no ties to producing Superman. I have no ties to the original comics. I am just some guy who loves Superman and wants to do a Superman movie, and I got them the penny to back it, right? But I want to be in charge. Now remember, a director's role isn't to actually change the movie. Okay, a director is just supposed to have good communication speed skills. Make sure the communication is there. He's the decision maker. He's the person who analyzes everything, has the information he needs, and he performs the leadership role over getting the job done. Now, if I were to make this movie, obviously I would hire. I don't care what's always the case. I'm telling you,
not always the case.
I would hire people. I would hire people specifically related to Superman production. People in the comic books, people in the movies, people in the TV shows, people in the novels, and I would listen to them, make sure all the information's out there, and I would be the decision maker to say what's in and what's out. Now, you're telling me that I shouldn't do that because I am not. I wouldn't be a good director for that. I should just be shunned.
No, what I'm telling you. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me tell you how production works, whether it's television or movie. Okay, after the set is completed, the director does a little walkthrough. The director decides where the lighting is going to go, where and how the camera's going to be set up. When that's done, the director calls it. Hang on. I'm not finished. Tell you how it's done.
No, he's not. No, you're wrong. That's what lighting directors are for. Dude, they give him the information.
But the head director tells them where to do.
Yes, the director tells lighting, this is what needs to be done, this is how the camera is going to be operated. Then they bring in the stand-ins. Then the stand-ins adjust the lighting and the camera angles and do the blocking. Before the actors ever get on stage, the director has all the lighting and all the camera and all the angles done.
Not only that,
ever get on stage.
Again,
not only that,
not the director's call.
Not only that, you can't say that. Not only that, you're saying that the director has to do this and that. But George Lucas, Empire Strikes Back, the director literally changed George Lucas' line in that movie without George Lucas even knowing. So you can't sit there and say that they don't have that kind of power because they do.
On production sets. I know
he let that happen. If you don't have control over your own production, you can't use that as an example. That's not the point.
But George
that wouldn't happen.
George Lucas has control over everything, bro.
George Lucas.
And it was his fault then.
Wait. No.
That wouldn't happen on one of my movies. That wouldn't happen on your movie.
No, because George Lucas, when Empire Strikes Back, he begged Irvin Kershner to come because he knew he was the only director that could do that movie. So when those proofs were coming through, he was actually getting what he wanted that he didn't know he wanted. And when he saw it, he's like, yes, that is it.
Right.
And that's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, but the thing is,
That's
George Lucas's line that he had didn't work. Han Solo was supposed to say, "I love you too." Didn't work, and the director changed that without George Lucas even knowing, and then showed him the proofs, and he said, "Yes, that's."
And he
good.
approved it. So that's not an example. If that happened to me, and if I approved it and said yes, that's cool.
But the director changed it before talking to him. That's my point. He had the power to do that. You're saying
but it didn't go through until he approved it. He had to approve it. That's a non-starter.
If the writer does not approve it, it gets reshot and redone again.
Of course, it's not going to work. It because
and that's fine, but that's not my. That's not the comment I'm trying to make.
The point is, he had the option to change it. The director had the option. To do that.
That's fine. That's not the point I was trying to make.
Where's Mace Windu?
Anyways,
where's Mace Windu when we need him?
Topic number 3 is:
lovely.
Should athletes be politicians? Now,
why not?
Oh shit! Did I wrote this one wrong? Politics divides the world. Yeah, sports unites it. Football unites it. Unites athletes whenever we do what we do to unite. This is the message. This was my message. Athletes should be athletes, and politicians should do politics. This was a quote by soccer star Zlatan Ibrahimovic, whatever the hell that name is.
Ibrahimovic.
There you go, Gaishka. Do you agree with this statement?
No, I don't.
Put it back up for a minute. I'm sorry. I keep trying to read.
Yeah.
Should athletes be athletes and not politicians?
Wait.
Basically, yeah.
Well, I got that part, but that last part threw me off. I was just trying to read it.
I think in the context of how I read this, or how when we were discussing this as an idea.
Oh, okay.
The way that I take this is when an athlete is an athlete, they should be an athlete. But we know that there have been people, Arnold Schwarzenegger, people like that, who after they do something could become a politician. But keep those views to yourself until you are done with what you're currently doing, I think, is what this is saying. In a sense. Am I wrong? Is that kind of how we're talking it? Or are we just saying afterwards, nope, don't ever be a politician? Because I can see... Oh, go ahead.
I was more thinking about while they're like in the limelight and they're like LeBron James, because they show a picture of LeBron James, so I kind of compared it to
absolutely believe that anybody who looks to an athlete, while they're an athlete, or a musician, or a movie actor or actress, and thinks that's where I'm going to get my political ideas from, you have no idea how politics works. These people have so many people who grease their paychecks, who give them money and tell them, hey, this is, and let's be honest, we can tell what most of these people believe in. And if you just want to go down, I'm a leftist, I'm a rightist, whatever. If you want to go down that road and follow one of these people down that rabbit hole, go ahead. Or you could be a person and think, I need to find out my own facts for myself. Athletes have too many things that cloud their judgment. They have endorsements that lots of times they're said, oh, no, you can't say that, you can't be like this, and all of that stuff. While they're doing that job, an athlete, an actor, an actress, whatever, I think they need to just step back and let people have their own opinion. Too many people are too easily influenced because, hey, it's LeBron James. If LeBron James, buys bubble gum or whatever brand bubble gum, I should buy it. I mean, there are people who think like that. So they need to understand there are highly impressionable people that watch them, and they need to kind of think about that. So yeah, when they're athletes or whatever their job is at that time, yes, they need to be on with that.
You know what your statement sounds like? I'm sorry to say it, Chris. The shut up and dribble statement. Barkley. That's what your statement sounds like.
Yeah, you just basically promoted professionist. Based on your profession, you can't run for office. That's
no.
I'm sorry. That's horrible.
You didn't say that.
After the fact.
That's what it sounded like.
No. After you are out, then you can go and perform that civic duty. That's what you want. When you are in that arena, you have to think. Well, no, you don't.
So
can I say something?
So LeBron James shouldn't say nothing about the murders that were happening by cops. He shouldn't come out and say that because he's playing basketball.
I don't think that's political, though. I don't.
So you're telling me you can play basketball and be a senator?
Let me finish what I have to say.
Hold on. Let him finish.
I don't count that as political. That's civics. That is social, economic,
justice.
Yeah, that's different to me. Okay. Yes, it can stray into political, but he's not talking in a political sense. He's talking about injustices. Okay, so
I can agree with you on that.
No, I will never tell anybody who's in, the movie world or athletics, no, shut up and dribble. No, I don't think they should, but I'm not going to tell them they should shut up and dribble. I don't think that's what they should do. Let them talk. But they personally need to think about there are many impressionable people out there who will take what they say as law, as that's what I think. And they need to be careful. Now, not in this particular statement, but in the overall, what we're saying, should they stay off of a political stage? I don't call this politics. It is a part of the political world. It's just what he's talking about is completely separate. It's not stepping into a world of politics. No.
So let me ask you this. Would you consider what happened to Colin Kaepernick politics? Because it got pushed into politics when they said he was disrespecting the flag.
Okay. Again, I don't think that has anything to do with politics. That is an idiot person who made it political. But here's the thing. I don't think everything that happened with Colin Kaepernick was only because of that. I do not believe that, because there's lots of other
clarification on the set on the question. When you say stay out of politics, are you mean being political or staying out of politics running for office? Because there is a huge difference.
Being political.
Oh, okay. Forget what I was saying earlier, Chris. Sorry. Misunderstood. Okay.
Being political.
I'm with you. Yeah, I took it completely different. Sorry.
It's okay. Danny, what you got to say?
I think that if it's something politics swaying a vote, Democratic or Republican, so to speak, that they should just be seen and not heard, because their words carry a lot of strength, a lot of power, a lot of weight. But I think if it's something civil, like what Chris said, black males, black people getting killed at an alarming rate by other people, and something's hitting close to home, or women getting raped, or whatever the civic thing or the injustice that you just totally cannot deal with and had enough of, I think it's your duty, if you choose to, use your platform, be it baseball, NBA, NFL, to make people aware of it. Prime example, nobody knew anything about HIV until Magic Johnson got it. And he educated the whole world, and people got educated because of Magic Johnson. Any other regular schmo would have got HIV, it wouldn't carry as much weight. But Magic Johnson was able to carry that, and now a lot of people are getting treated and not having the disease. So certain particular things, I think that if a commercial or a TV spot or whatever can help shed some favorable light to a worthy cause, then I think they should do it. But as far as getting into, well, you need to vote for this person, you need to vote for that person, I just think you should be seen. You can be seen with that person, but not necessarily just say, all you Patriot fans, I need you to vote for such. I don't think you should do that. But if you like, I think Tom Brady was a big supporter of President Trump. Not mad at him at all. Don't care. That's his right. He was seen, but he wasn't heard. So I just think you got to be very careful on what you verbalize, being a athlete and someone in the entertainment spotlight.
Okay. So first, let me go with this one. Big difference with Kaepernick. He was a horrible quarterback. He had chances to try out for teams, and he chose to stay political. He makes more money doing what he is now than would actually be playing. Deej, you are absolutely wrong. First off, he took the San Francisco 49ers to the Super Bowl, so he's not a horrible quarterback. Second off, The reason why he didn't try out is because they were trying to put shit in the contract to where he could not sue the NFL anymore if anything happened. And that's documented. That's why he had to change his tryout and go do it somewhere else to show that he was actually still had it. He could play. So, yeah, your information is a little wrong there. What were you going to say, Eli?
I was about to say something almost exactly similar to you because, hey, I'm in San Francisco. I hear this all the time. I was going to say something very similar to you, man. He is a great quarterback. Nobody wants to give him a chance because of the political bullshit that happened. He wasn't protesting the national anthem. He was protesting police brutality. That's what it was. It was not the national anthem. He even said that. Everybody's saying that. The only one who's saying he's protesting the national anthem are the right-winger nut rings that have a problem with this guy with police brutality. Yeah, that's straight up fact, guys. He was protesting police brutality, not the national anthem. He's purely patriotic. He's totally American.
Absolutely.
I believe this guy.
Wait. Last 2 seasons, his quarterback ratings were second lowest. Yeah, because his team got gutted. He had no one to throw to. Had nothing to do with his performance.
But Danny, you and I think are the only 2 veterans on this group here. And did you have an issue with anybody kneeling during the?
Not a bit. Not after you told I was doing it.
So I think one of the things, and that's what everybody always throws it back to, is the veterans. You're dishonoring the veterans.
Yeah, right.
Here's the fact. I'm going to be honest with you. When you take your oath, you agree to go and fight for people who don't agree with you, who don't like you. My father was spit on when he came back from Vietnam because people didn't want him there, but he still gave to his country and he still did it. And you know what? I never heard my father say a bad thing about a person who did that. I mean, I don't know that he didn't think those things, but hey, I never heard him say it.
Because that's what they got their fathers fought for. You know, the right to do that.
I don't think for an instant. I don't think for an instant that kneeling during the national anthem is an issue. Now, I do know my father, who could barely walk, who was in a power chair the last years of his life. He always stood for it, but I know he didn't. I know plenty of people sat down around the stadiums we went to. I know some people don't even pay attention to it. Are they any worse than Colin Kaepernick? Are they worse? Well, listen, Colin Kaepernick was still there. He had, if I remember right, he was putting his hand on his heart. He was just kneeling. There are people, like I said, who were up in the stands buying beer during the national anthem.
Yeah, I know.
I never understood the problem with the kneeling. I never understood that. And I still don't understand that. And what's so funny, like everybody mentioned this past year, is that Roger Goodell came out and said, if they do it, it's fine. It's like, you know, then I think you owe Colin Kaepernick an apology for ever having a problem with it. Now, if that ever, I don't think that'll help with him ever coming back or anything. But hey, I think the NFL does owe him an apology. Now, outside of that, my opinion of him being a good quarterback or not, there's lots of other things into that. You were partially right on. So Deej is partially right. There's lots of evidence on both sides. I think nobody really wanted anything to happen with this. I don't think that Colin Kaepernick wanted to get back in as much as he wanted to stay on the side he was on. And I don't think the NFL teams wanted him back as much as, you know, they made it sound. I think there was lots of different things going on both sides that just ensured it never will happen. But the NFL does need to give him an apology.
I agree. Anybody else?
Well, I got something. If I go ahead,
you got medicine for it.
I see that flash roll that Ibrahimovic was a bit of a hypocrite. Everybody's a bit of a hypocrite. If you don't think LeBron James wasn't a hypocrite either, he, in a way, he is. Because in the beginning, he wouldn't speak out. He only started speaking out once he made a name for himself. Once he had the power to speak out, he spoke out. And we spoke out about civilities. That's one thing different, and I agree 100%. But when it comes to political influence, that's where things get dangerous. That's where things become misleading to the people. And like Chris said and Danny said, people have to make their own decisions. People have to educate themselves on what their choices are, not go by the masses, right? What sports does, it unites people. That's what Ibrahim is saying. When people go to sporting or support a team, there's all types of ideals, idealists and religions and colors that will support a team. They forget those agendas when they're there cheering for those teams. That's what he means. Sports unite people, as politics divide people. You see it in families, you know, in the elections that just occurred, not only in the United States, but everywhere. It happens in my family they start talking about politics with what's going on in Europe. It's ridiculous, but that's what he means, that players should just focus on playing to unite the people and not get in political influence ideals, like not civil, like, you know, Black Lives Matters. It's all across Europe in the soccer pitches. They all going down in one knee right before the game start, all across Europe. So, you know, that's the Black Lives Matter movement, right? And
Onzo, can you share? I'm sorry, no, Scott. Can you share this screen for a minute?
I will. And then I had a question for you, Danny.
Okay.
I had a question for you. So did you have a problem when Jay-Z and all those actors and actresses were supporting Obama?
Well, not really.
Okay, so then it's okay for them to do it, right? Because Jay-Z and them, they weren't just being seen. They were saying shit. They were saying vote for Obama, vote for this, vote for that.
I'm just saying that the right thing to do in the society that we live in, and like I was reiterate again, entertainers and athletes have a lot of power. So when you're in that political ring and like swaying for, like, you need to vote for Obama, you need to vote for whoever you're going to vote for, whatever. I'm just saying that carries a lot of weight. And if I want to be totally honest about it, it's not always necessarily the right thing to do. It's your right to do it, but because you carry a heavier stick than somebody else, then that could possibly sway somebody. Is it fair? No, but is it the way that society is now and the way the world is? Yes, but is it really fair? I don't know. And also, it's what you got to teach your children and what you got to have yourself. Because just because you see something or something that's handed to you, that don't necessarily mean. I always say this: just because you can do something doesn't mean you should or have to do something. Gotcha. So everybody here gets caught up in certain stuff because I'm just going to use an example. You don't like Michael Jordan, but you like Michael Jordan's gear and stuff because that would appeal to you. I don't necessarily like. I love donuts, but I won't use in uniform. It's just whatever grabs you, whatever your thing is.
Hold on.
I'm not trying to.
No. I know you're not. But let me just make one thing clear. I don't dislike Michael Jordan. I don't dislike him.
I mean, compared to like Pistons and stuff. I know you don't like
that was a shot against Hanzo. I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
No. And these topics tonight, I'm trying to be 100% serious. It is zero comedy.
I know. But that's why I'm saying I don't necessarily hate Michael Jordan. That's not the case.
He's not overrated.
I'm just saying you just got to be careful because Charles Barkley said it best. I'm not your parent. I can't quite word I said, but something about role model.
Yeah, I'm not a role model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to teach your kids. You got to instill enough sense, and you got to have enough common sense yourself to say, "Look, yeah, I like Jay-Z. Yeah, I like blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, is this going to improve my life, or is this the really right thing to do? And
Absolutely.
Should your popularity for someone influence your day-to-day activity? No, it should not. You should have enough common sense for yourself to say, yeah, I like this, but no, I don't like that. And sometimes those lines get blurred in the society that we currently live in.
I agree. And what's this you're showing, Danny? Sorry, Chris, hold on.
This is going to Deej. This is Colin Kaepernick's QBR the last few years he played. Mm-hmm. And I don't see nothing that looks crappy to me. So
and it's
that
not
forecast
Wikipedia.
you listened to was wrong.
It's not Wikipedia. Look at that. It's not Wikipedia.
And I could tell you that last 78.5% rating is a lot better than Cam Newton did this year.
What Cam was what? 53, 53.4, 53.5, something like that.
I can guarantee you. Go ahead, Chris.
Going to what you said about, the black community coming out and saying vote for Obama and all that. And like this past year, A lot of people were standing up. I think the key, again, that goes back to you have to understand how impressionable people are. I don't want people voting just because they're told to vote for somebody. And I'm not saying that's why people voted for Obama or Biden or Trump. I'm not just saying that. But there is a much larger majority than most people would like to admit that do vote that way. And I think that actors, actresses, athletes, all these people need to understand that. They need to say, listen, do your due diligence, do your homework, but go vote. That is more important to say it that way, because you want educated voters. If you want to start a website that has the the things you want them to see that you believe are good for a certain candidate, fine, do that. But you don't need to be saying it on TV, because if somebody's only watching you on TV and only making their decision based off of that, I think you need to think about that. Help educate those people on why you believe they should vote a certain way.
Gotcha.
But again, I think that's their civic duty, though, to stand up because of their exposure, in a sense, to at least try to help people go out to vote. I don't think that gets political. It's when you start diving into, hey, vote this way. MTV used to do it really well. They just said rock the vote. And they didn't have anything else other than famous people getting on a commercial saying rock the vote. And I think that's powerful enough.
Yeah, that's basically what somebody did. That's basically what. Sorry.
Thanks for loving the show, but don't come with that stuff. I don't buy that shit. Anyways, you guys say your last thoughts. We're gonna close it up soon. So if anybody else, JJ, you didn't say anything on the matter.
Yeah, and JJ,
it involves two subjects I could care less about: politics and sports.
Oh,
listen,
incorrect.
Listen, guys,
it's not about politics.
Just hear me out, though. I don't pay attention to neither one of it. I'm a pop culture guy. I'm a gamer. Movies, TV, games, YouTube now. I'm being exposed to things I've never really paid attention to. As far as the bending, the taking a knee thing during the national anthem, I don't see it as a sign of disrespect, because there are cultures
kneel before God.
Yeah, there are cultures that kneel.
You kneel before royalty.
I don't take it as a sign of disrespect. That's just personal preference. Other people are taking it as disrespect, and that's where the problem starts coming in. All these people start to develop a voice, and then the voice kind of decides where this person's career, whether it be an athlete, actor, anchor, fisherman, whatever. People's views are starting to disrupt life, man. People are losing their jobs for this shit. They're pretty much saying that you can't have a right to feel however you want to feel, or do what you want to do, which which goes down to our Bill of Rights. Now they're going to start adding little subtext at the end of each bill. Like, hey, freedom of speech. Okay, as long as you don't offend somebody. Come on. This is stupid. We've lived by this for years. Humanity is pedaling backwards. We need to fucking stop it now. We need to move forward as a people instead of keep repeating history.
Well said, JJ.
Those who did not learn from
I agree, and you definitely nailed. You definitely nailed on the first point I was going to make. This whole kneeling thing is completely subjective, because I think it's reverse psychology. As far as I'm concerned, if you kneel in front of a flag, you're giving it more honor than you are standing in front of it. So I never got the whole disrespect part, but that's fine. They want to call it disrespect. That's disrespect. It's not about politics. It's not about what you're saying, because there are so many things that a person in power or a person in the public light can say and influence a whole the entire masses. It doesn't have to be politics. It's freedom of speech. That is the top thing that this topic should be about. That's what they're doing. They're exercising their freedom of speech. And just because you are in a certain profession or seen in a certain limelight doesn't shouldn't affect your freedom to speak. End of story. Now, again, you should be careful. And I agree with Danny when he said that. If you know you're being seen by millions of people, you should be very careful on what you say. But at the same time, this is what comments are for people to say, what the hell did you mean by that? And responding back to people and clarifying, because English is a beautiful language where you can say one thing and mean 10 different things by saying it the exact same way. So you're never going to say one thing, that no matter how much you prepare, no matter how much you do your homework, that whatever you think you're saying, 50 people are hearing you 50 different ways. Okay. But that's where freedom of speech has its secondary effect of being able to clarify what you said. Like when I said earlier, when I was talking about the Superman thing, I was hoping you guys, well, do you mean this? So I could iterate the answer to that and clarify what my original meaning was, especially earlier today when I was talking about English being racist. English isn't actually racist. I was trying to say another point that later finally got clarified when I clarified what I was saying. But should you be limited from your freedom of speech just because of your profession or your social status? Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, we have that now where we think that just because you're a basketball player that you have more freedom of speech, because people like you and me aren't seen by jack shit when we're trying to talk on Twitter and Facebook. And yes, you know where this is leading. We need a true public platform. So maybe that way we can actually have the First Amendment freedified and have people be educated properly on what everyone else is actually thinking.
Okay, I will educate you. There is a U.S. flag code.
Hold on.
There's a U.S. flag code. Sorry.
Yeah. No, go ahead, guys. You first, then Eli.
Well, look what happens when freedom of speech happens. People get fired from big corporate companies.
That's why it's not true freedom of speech. That's what he's saying.
That's why it's not true freedom of speech.
I'm agreeing with
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's just, and for the record, and I'll say this, and you can go on Prometheus. Gina Carano never would have gotten fired.
All right, hold on.
Hey, I'm down for Prometheus.
Real quick. I just want to interject something here real quick. Listen, freedom of speech and that at work, unless you are flat out being racist, a bigot, or something along those means. I'm sorry.
I have to disagree.
Okay.
Freedom of speech.
No.
Giving people freedom of speech is giving people freedom of speech.
If I flat out use the N-word,
you need to be exposed as a racist. Yes,
Onzo and I work together, and I use that word. Onzo sees it, and he comes in and he gets in my face. Do you see the problem that starts to cause? Now, if he comes in my face and said, "You voted for Trump," I'll be like, "Yeah, I voted for Trump." What does that matter? That's a little different. When you flat out are a bigot or a racist, and I mean bold-faced, that you are causing a much more dangerous situation within a workplace.
And by not having a platform where you say that behind the scenes, you are even a bigger threat. At least you have
that
public.
Keep that LBG. That let Eli speak, and I definitely will give you the opportunity to off my chest to get that, because that's a good topic to have on there. It's a really good topic, freedom of speech. Go ahead, Eli.
People are mentioning about Colin Kaepernick kneeling with the flag. There's something called the U.S. Flag Code. There was nothing in the U.S. Flag Code that prohibits someone from kneeling on when the flag is displayed. You're supposed to show honor and respect. Nothing about kneeling. If you guys actually realize this, that LDG is actually correct when he said people should understand what they're talking about. Because most people are complaining about this are in violation of the flag code themselves by wearing flag hats and flag T-shirts. That's a violation of the U.S. Flag Code. And I disagree with LGG. Oh my gosh, I think I need to do Casitas on.
So I will add to that. I think the U.S. Supreme Court actually ruled an amendment to that where they found that is not an actual deformation of the flag, and that's why you do see T-shirts with the flag on it and whatnot. I think it was originally a problem, but I think the Supreme Court ruled that said, okay, we're gonna say okay to that and cross the line.
Well,
but I get what you're saying.
You mean flag on a T-shirt?
Yeah,
because it wasn't just a flag on a T-shirt. They were doing like a weird camera angle, so all you saw was a couple stars, or the arm would. It was like deforming the flag. You know what I mean? That yeah.
Excellent. Great show, guys. I do appreciate it, man. This was fire today. Great topics. Even Danny was entertained for the whole show.
And JJ got some words in and wasn't muted.
Yep.
No, wait a minute. What happened?
Yeah.
You weren't muted. You were not muted today.
Yes, I was. I was even I apologize, Onzo, for me being kind of blank during the second topic. I had to take a phone call.
It's okay.
But nah. Chris is teaching me optimal things to keep myself unmuted. So, you know.
All right, Danny, tell the people about the channel one last time, sir.
Danny, aka Comic Chat, 1/4 of the Chaos crew. We have shows all throughout the week.
Get that enrollment quick.
My show I missed yesterday. I was trying to
patient.
get it set up for Friday. I really enjoyed the show tonight. Had a lot of topics, good conversation. That's what I think needs to be done to get us heading in the right direction. Sometimes you got to get out your comfort zone and able to make progress. So very good show tonight. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. Much appreciated. Chris Knight, you are up, my friend.
Yeah, the Real Review 3000. We'll be back to videos next week. We will be on tomorrow night. No issues. I got some stuff figured out. So we should be on. No issues. But next week, I'm planning on hitting it hard. I have some new ideas on how to get out music reviews that shouldn't make it very difficult to worry about copyright and all that. Just lots of stuff going on. And, you know, I'm really excited about Chaos Central. Guys, if you're watching this right now, I'm Big Ford Entertainment. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Please make sure you go over to Chaos Central, though. Make sure you're subbed. That way, when we switch these shows in 2 weeks, that you're able to watch those over there. And yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow night, though, on OOC, if we're going to do this freedom of speech thing. That might be that's gonna be an interesting topic on that show.
I'm down for that. I'm down for that. Gashka.
Are we gonna get a chance to speak?
Absolutely. You can find me on Chaos Central. That's where all my appearances are, especially on Wednesdays for tomorrow, actually at 10 p.m. Definitely catch the OOC, because if we're going to be talking about freedom of speech, woo, that's going to be fire.
And LDG Pixels, what's up, man? Tell the people about the channel.
All right, Danny, can I just real quick, Danny, when you got that question asked to you earlier, when Anso asked you that question, and you were doing that, do you know what you reminded me of?
Okay.
No.
Yes, sir. I think America is the greatest country in the world.
Oh, fuck, I like that.
Ren and Stimpy, dude. Like, as soon as he was like,
that's good, man.
No, sir.
Say, Danny? or were you going to say, Danny? Okay.
I was able to entertain him.
Yes, you did.
I think I got a new super chat. LDG Pixels, guys, what's going on? And Geeks and Jordan and Erotica in the waiting room. Hit me up anytime, guys. Having fun with the community. Thank you.
No problem. Glad you could make it too. JJ.
Wow.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy JJ. You find me a little bit everywhere, a whole lot of nowhere, mainly on most nights right here with these guys. Most of these guys right here on Sunday night for the One Division Roundtable. Same channel, same great people, with a few additions on the Roundtable anyway. And over on Chris Knight's weekly wrap up, if he decides to keep it on Sunday or not. Monday night, my channel, Randomness at its finest. Random panel, random topic. Come by, check it out. Like, share, subscribe. You know all the fun stuff.
Loud.
Too early.
Too loud.
Yeah.
Loud? Really?
But anyway.
Premature gullet ejaculation.
Tuesday nights, right here with these fine gentlemen, you know, talking whatever Onzo wants to, and the rest of the panel want to throw at us. And of course, the crowd favorite honorable mentions. And on Thursday night, sometimes you'll find me on Chris Knight's Weekly Rumble, either as a contestant or as a combatant, as I like to say. And sometimes he likes to change it up, and I'll come in as a wild card, but you'll never know when that happens until it does. And last but not least, you can find me on Twitter at Sithlord3827. Sometimes I tweet, sometimes I retweet, sometimes I don't. The lottery. Come check it out. Great to see everyone. Sorry I was away for some of it, but yeah, great show. Great to see everyone. Thanks for having me.
Peace. Good to have you here again, JJ. Elihu, last but not least, tell the people about your channel, sir.
I happen to be Elihu-Who. Me? Yes, exactly me. And I can be found everywhere and nowhere at the same time. And I can also be found every Wednesday at 12 noon, specifically at 12 noon, while I ask, what's up with the universe? Where we talk science, astronomy, astrophysics. All that sciencey fun, yeah. And I can also be the science guy. So high. And I can also randomly be found sometimes on this guy's channel, JJ Sithlord3827. Randomly, 3827.
I was about to say, I'm not Bill, bro.
No, I was going to mention Bill. And sometimes I can't sleep when I go stargazing. I catch Insomniac Super Jedi Bill at 797. And sometimes I'm randomly with this guy over here when he's talking nerdgasms at night. Sometimes I'll pop in and just troll. But yeah, he's always there.
Excellent. And I do appreciate all you guys that came in to come out. You guys know the channel, Big Afford Entertainment. Tomorrow night will be the OOC, will be a hot topic. All you people in the chat that came and supported, I do appreciate you as well. But guys, we are out. Peace.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.